I'm two. On one day on my third, I was too broke, now I'm too rich. Made 100K on my third shift. I'm a boy, so boy, and I'm a gangster. And you a boy. Man, we been getting money for a long time. We was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really have no punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line. Ooh, right now, I got you. Right now, nothing. Need a Uber right now. Right now, need cool up right now. Cause we two up right now. Ooh. Hop out, valet, walk out, all these bands I lost count, cause I'm two up right now, two up right now, yeah, I'm two up, round blew up, copped that new rape on them haters, threw up, brother went to jail for them, told me you up, first time I seen 100 bands, yeah I grew up, ooh, on the couches with my shoe up. And we was getting that record label money before they knew us. And we were blowing your budget in the club, the booth up. If your dog fall in your ball hog and get your whole crew up. Ooh, I'm with right now, I got you. Right now, nothing. Need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew up right now. Cause we two up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Hop out, valet, walk out, all these bands.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on second down is Locke. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at about the 14. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. Now back to throw. Being chased out left. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here. 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Luck. He's going to look deep down, and he's got it. What a catch on the side. Give him 30 yards there. And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet,
while making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
Wrong.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Looking a little bit like a continuation of last week. He had 3 tackles for a loss, and now 1 more here in the first quarter of this game.
And there's been no lack of force by him, taking on the offensive linemen, playing them, but also there's a suddenness to his game. They have that initial contact, and then he's gone, moving upfield and making those plays in the backfield.
It's a big body moving upfield, too.
Middle. Done. Go ahead.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Yannick Ngakoue. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Now Luck. High throw, but the catch is made. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Back to throw, Love. Ebron caught left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. The Colts with a first red zone opportunity in the ball game. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Out of the gun, Luck. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Hurry, hurry! 12.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here.
Let's go. 12.
From the gun, here's Love. And it is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in. But I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Let's go!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cole. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Fournette, a first down carry. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The open man is Westbrook, and he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up,
right.
Hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Pierre Desir in on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lee. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts getting ready to go. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Locke. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Good for a Colt first down. The former Lion Ebron there bringing it in from Andrew Luck. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Hines on the toss play. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Here's Locke. Throw left side complete. It's Campbell. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Myers connects on the PAT. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now Leonard Fournette. A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And an alley to run. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. They'll set up to throw. And that's incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Luck on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Love. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Steps up, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. After the sack, here's second and 11.
All right, here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Dumps it off to Fournette. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Spins away. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. They'll check this one off to Fournette. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the...
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him, Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. Now a toss play, it's Hines. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. From the 50, it's Long. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Colts on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is third down and 12. A shotgun snap for Love. Over the middle, complete. That's Campbell. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Colts are in for 6. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 14-10. Here's Myers now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
He'll look to throw. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it back. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And a great return as he takes this up just shy of the 45.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet there are humans out there running around, and we just saw another.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Jaguars. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now 17-14. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts coming out now. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down. Luck now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, what a juke into space. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Mack. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Back now in Indianapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. They'll try the air now with Locke. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now they'll run it on the toss. How about another? And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run with Mack, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Colts have taken the lead here in the 4th. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will make this a 4-point game. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Fournette fighting through and able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Back to throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to fire one deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Here's a give to Fournette. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jaguars have moved down in front here in the 4th quarter. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
they practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Back to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. This is where you learn a lot about rookie quarterbacks. How can they run that 2-minute drill? We're about to find out.
Yeah, and for them, it's not just proving it to guys like you and me watching the game and trying to beat a defense. It's proving it to their teammates that they can have the confidence.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And, oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A handoff to Fournette. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball, as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and that will get him one closer. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Luck. Looking left side of him, he's got a man. That's Campbell. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Luck now Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Luck now to throw. Dancing to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Calais Campbell in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about it.
And he's going to go down again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.